Good morning, welcome back to the zombie apocalypse here in Project Zomboid. We're in Louisville. We have some plans for today, as you can probably guess here. Now, I did mention last time that I wanted to push towards the university library, but yeah, I was also trying to get my metalworking up, and we are constantly running out of charcoal. So we are now like not level 3, working on level 4. We're also quickly running out of propane, doing this whole trick with the steel bars. But anyway, the charcoal thing. Now, charcoal is made from wood, and if there's one thing we have plenty of in this area, it's wood. And I also mentioned previously that I want to clear out some of the trees around the base here, right? So that we have an easier time clearing zombies off the walls without running through complete and utter darkness or every time, or low visibility, or whatever you want to call it. So that's the plan here today. Well, the first plan. So we're gonna grab our good old trusted wood axe and chop down some of those trees. And thankfully, we're lumberjack. So chopping down trees is like second nature to us. He swings for big tree, that sounds good. And then we're gonna drive around with the trailer and pick up all the logs, all the saplings, all the, you know, everything we're getting here from the trees. I don't want to chop down every single tree. I think that's a little bit much, but enough that we can drive around here and then drive along the wall. Ideally, I'm just get the map in here. There's the footpath going down somewhere here and coming out here. I want to cut some trees around the footpath so that we actually can drive this way around, so that we don't always have to, you know, drive all the way down here if we want to have a quick drive around the base. Yeah, so that's gonna be the plan for at least the first in-game day of this episode. Now, despite all of our lumberjack skills, we're still apparently very quickly getting that muscle strain in. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this today is we're still overdue for the helicopter, which is probably gonna be tomorrow or the day after. And if that pulls in more zombies, then having this area clear and better visibility seems like a good deal. Could also have keep an eye out for any large rocks here, large stones. Pick them up. We have that our biggest trailer with almost 400 capacity. Although wood takes up a lot of room. Not gonna lie. And yeah, I'm using the attack to hit the trees rather than the right-click cut down tree. First of all, it gives me a little bit more control. There are some people that say that if you do it with a cut down tree, you don't get like maintenance XP, or your axe takes more damage. It's like everybody claims something different when it comes to why this is better. And I don't know who's right and who's not. So I'm not gonna claim anything and just say I like having more control. Because that's true for sure. And also with that wood, I mean, a lot of it will probably go straight into the charcoal. The charcoal furnace, kiln, whatever you want to call it. But there's also some construction projects. Most importantly, our little balcony up top where the rain collector barrels are. It kind of never got finished, right? I think it needs a like a railing, a fence around it. I need to sledge down the wall in the bathroom to actually have a proper access so we don't have to climb through a window. Lots of little details that I kind of want to address. But yeah, just as really just as an intro, I think tree chopping is probably not the most interesting thing. You've seen me do it now for 5 minutes. You know what's gonna happen here, so I'm gonna do some magic of cutting and editing. And we'll see how far we get through this day. Well, it turns out wood takes a lot of space. Yeah, that's the trailer full, and we barely made it to the edge here. So yeah, I'm gonna bring back that back to base. I like that we got a bunch of saplings for some long sticks. Everything else is probably gonna go straight into charcoal production. And I kinda wish I had an easier way to get the trailer to the charcoal station, because otherwise I have to... Yep, okay, yeah. Steering is very different if you have a trailer, and especially if that trailer is full. And then we can also consider the whole, what I was talking about once, of potentially building like a little staircase and a sheet rope on the other side to quickly get over the wall. In general, having plenty of wood in your base for any kind of construction objects. I mean, we still have all these planks here from my initial cleanup of all the trees. I guess the one thing I'm still holding back on the big construction projects is if we get that last carpentry book. So we can actually work with a bonus here. That would be kinda nice. We could try. Is there gonna be enough room? Can I just drive? Loop around the base? Build 41, that was not an issue, driving over your crops. Okay, in build 42 it is. My flag. Right, stop making that sound. Okay, how do I... Imagine you doing that with actual crop grow times, like the regular times, where it takes 240 days to grow your flax, and then you're like, oh, accidentally drove over one. 230 days down the drain. This is gonna be... can't believe. I was so confident, it's like, yeah, that's never been a problem in the past. Surely they didn't. No, they totally did. Can we move? We cannot move that thing. Because I also have all the metal bits from tearing down various cars in the back of this thing. Which is why it's standing here. View somewhere here close by? I don't even know. I think we can salvage that situation. We get rid of that wood axe first. But we can hook up the trailer here. We can pull it like close, you know, before the first set of crops around, and then put it through the kiln. I think I kind of have to poke it maybe from the back a little bit to get it to swing around the corner. Take the Jeep. See, that's why you need multiple cars. You know, everybody always say, why do you need multiple cars with one person? For screw-ups. That's why I have so many cars, because I screw up so often. Alright. This is once again similar to the gate incidents. A thing where I'm like, yeah, I could probably cut that out, but I feel like if I screw up like that, I should leave it in as a testament to my screw-uppery. Might just do it. Just leave it here. You're turning the wrong way. You know, I thought I'm poking you far enough in the backside of the car. By the way, can I still see what this was? Destroyed carrots. No, we're running out of time. Yeah, those were flags. That's what I'm most sad about, because it took such a long time to grow the flags. The time I just harvested that. And the strawberries weren't even affected. And we got some carrots almost ready for harvest. Like that. Maybe hit you this way. Getting a turn. I think that should be good enough. Up. No, we can't. No. You know what would be a great mod? A trailer position indicator, where you have like a little light on the dashboard which shows you, yeah, you have something at the back of your car that you can hook up now. Smooth, yeah? No problem at all. Just double check. Can I actually now, from the kiln, access the trailer? Yes. I could do like 17. Okay, cool. Let's leave it in that position for now. Well, the question is, I think I just might have to move my farm a little bit further over, because I think driving around to get any trailers with metals, with wood, with anything back here is gonna be something I want to do more. I want to have the ability to do that from time to time. So we probably just have to remove some of the crops here. Well, I guess we already did. Alright. Getting late in the day. I'll catch you in the morning. Well, looks like we now got the helicopter that's overdue. So, yeah. Not going out to fight zombies today, that's for sure. Turn this off. I guess we can do a little bit of blacksmithing first. Close enough that we have access to this, and then we're just gonna let's make two tree branches here first. Let's make like still 60 tree branches. On the side. There we go. Oh. Oh. Som stiver house. Then why did you only do 3? Oh, the others are on the ground. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. We're also a little bit running out of propane. But that's fine. We'll be able to do 9. We always were able to do 9 parts. What happened there? I'm just gonna continue to do that, and when the helicopter comes, we're probably gonna go inside. Here she comes. We just also hit level 4 welding, but not quite level 4 metalworking yet. There's not much missing. The thing is, I just don't want to waste any more propane on cutting bars, but I think we can also just... Can't we just saw bars here also? Yeah, we can just saw them in half. And then put them back together again. But I don't want to work on that while the chopper is flying around. I'm just gonna read a little bit. Staying inside, staying invisible. Maintenance 5, by the way, which we just finished reading. Also, you know, I was complaining about last time that I still haven't done a list with all the books. No, I have done a list. Just didn't do it in game this time around. But I have a text document somewhere that lists all the books that we're still missing, or that that we're missing. You just need to open it when I'm looting. We don't have that cooking, we don't have that carpentry book. We're fairly certain we don't have that masonry book. Do we have welding 3? No, that's also the one welding book we're missing. Cool. We don't have foraging. What are we reading here today? Oh, did I finish tailoring? Animal care, I think I didn't finish. The helicopter done. To the metal one. somehow. 50 XP. How much do we need? We're so close, right? One more. So that means going here. For 1 bar. Watch 1 bar. Level 4. So now we can actually do a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, some metal shoulder armor. Intriguing. No, but we're mostly interested in, well, either hatchet heads, metalworking punch, and a ball peen hammer here. Okay, we can work on that. And we need pierced steel chunks. Alright, and then there's also the good old meat cleaver blades. There's also always a ball peen. Ball peen or smithing hammer. Okay. Let's do the halves. Yeah, well, we have plenty of those. The other thing is, if I had the book, I don't think we have the next metalworking book. So the whole cutting and forging together again is nice and all, but if you want to power level your metalworking, the next good thing you can do once you reach level 4 is, well, I was going to say buckles, but apparently we can't do buckles. Huh. Well, buckles is the good thing. Maybe you can only do them in the advanced forge. Oh well. Working punch and a ball peen hammer. Yes. Just gonna put that near the forge. Near the forge. Please tell me at some point it looted a ball peen hammer. Can also go in there. Alright, there's a good chance. I have a bunch of tools still in the various garages all around the neighborhood, so I'm gonna do another run through the neighborhood. You don't want to know how often I did this. Went through all the garages to the big loot piles of everything, only to find 1 or 2 items. It's a little bit of pain, but it's the pain I made for myself here. Alright, I'll do that. It turns out, no, we do not have a ball peen hammer, and no, we do not have a metalworking punch anywhere in any of the garages, but we're smith, why don't we just forge one? So, yeah, we can just make a metalworking punch, just like that, and then, now, unfortunately, that doesn't work for the ball peen hammer, because in order to make a ball peen hammer, you need a ball peen hammer. Which, yeah, that doesn't quite work. But the alternative was the smithing hammer. And that we can do with a claw hammer as a tool. And we just need a pierced chunk. Which I think, yeah, we can just pierce a chunk. Well, that means make a smithing hammer hat. Go to the crafting menu and say assemble Avengers. Where did I have my medium handles? There. Assemble the smithing hammer. I'm just going to place that in front of the forge, so that's always going to be used as a tool. So now we should be able. Well, no. What did we need for hatchet heads? Oh, we actually did. What do we need for the ball peen hammer? Maybe. More pierced chunks. Steel chunks. We need coke. I just make... No, we can only make one. I'm fairly certain we also needed the pierced chunks for the hatchet itself. Assemble the ball peen. Wonderful. Send it here. Not a need. Pierced chunks. Where do we get chunks again? Outside of just outright finding them. Forge buff from chunks. No, forge chunks. Can we... Then we saw... I don't remember what all the parts of the ingot was. Okay, we can make an ingot into blocks. And then we can blocks into chunks. Then you could then turn the chunks into pieces. And the pieces are needed for the belt buckles I was talking about earlier. But we don't want that. We just want pierced chunks. We can make hatchet heads. One medium handle left. I'm just gonna planks here. Yeah, okay, cool. Plank. Right into 6 handles. Then you need to sharpen them. Our first proper self-made weaponry. Wonderful hatchets that are all in terrible condition because the handles aren't great. I'm assuming because my carving skill is not great and the medium handles are just not in good condition. But the head condition is 100%, sharpness 100%. We can always replace the bad handles. So I think that's probably something I always also want to do though. Just getting carving higher up so that we make better handles so that our weapons don't break that easily. Ooh, is that our first looming flags? 19 flags from that. No seeds. You just don't get seeds from flags. If you get the seeds from Kana, then the flags or whatever you want to do this. So because I'm fairly certain, it's getting a little bit late in the day here. Fairly certain we can't just put the flags on the loom and make a spinning wheel. We need heckled flags. Alright, we're gonna look into that in the morning. Yeah, I'll see you bright and early. Well, bright and early it is indeed. Welcome to the 2 new additions to our workshop, and that is the what is it called? The touching board and the ripple something a heckle comb. Cool. So we can go here and ripple flags now. Scotch no. Yeah, hang on. It's still listed as fresh. Maybe we need to dry it first. Dry the flags. Oh, maybe. Okay. Then we can go here. Yes. There we also get the seeds then. None of this gives any XP. Like, and then so we're missing the tools here. That have to be a plastic knife. Apparently my hunting knife doesn't work. A blunt bone knife, red knife. Long sharp bone. I think that's probably the fastest way we can do this. And a wooden rod. Can we make a wooden rod out of the planks? Wooden rod, yes. Yeah, I also like to, you know, if there's specific tools that I need with specific workstations, I just like to place them on the ground close to them, and then your character always can access them. Seeds, though. What do you say? A sharp bone or something like that? Sharpened bone. We have all our bones in here. Can we... A long bone? One of each. The black's so heavy here. Oh, okay, it's not light. No, it needs to be a blunt bone knife. No, long sharp bone. You said long sharp bone would work. Can I just make that? Crazy. Did I just leave that behind? A blunt bone knife, huh? Which seems like, you know, a blunt bone knife that is... Why would you intentionally create a blunt knife? I guess to use that workstation, but yeah, you get what I mean. Alright, now we can notch all the flags, which already ruined that knife we just made. Cool. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that a little bit. I just wanna see now with all the hoops we had to jump through. Keeping in mind, we are playing with quadruple growing speed. You know, flax usually takes 240 days to grow. From this one flax plant we get nothing because we need heckled flax and not scotched flax. God damn. What? No? Wasn't it heckled before it was scotched? So what did we do with the scotching? No, rippled. That's an easy mistake to make. Flax, scotch flax, dried flax, fresh flax, but we needed heckled. Alright, let me see if I can figure this out. Ah, that was way quicker to figure out. Yeah, the heckle com. No, this is the whatever up com, and this is a different. Alright, look. It's all very detailed. I'm just running out of space here. I guess we put it here. Pull it all. 16 heckled flax. Oh, and flax toe. Whatever that is. Look, I'm not a flexologist, but I like that by just running the flax over the comb, we've doubled its weight. So that's cool. And now we can make. Okay, if it's a 1-to-1 ratio here, right? So from each flax that we got, we can get 1 spool of thread. You just really stop? Ah, yeah, I think the crafting stations you can't close. As much as I would like to see what the hell I'm doing, and if am I getting XP for this? No, doesn't give any tailoring XP. I have full spools of thread. Because I don't have enough room for that, let's just throw that in here. And we'll figure out what to do with flux toe another time. Ah, that was certainly a day and a half. Okay, we want some zombie bashing this episode, so I'm gonna fast forward to the next day, clean up the remaining flags in the meantime, and yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Right, fresh morning, and I think we probably wanna take one of those hatchets that we just crafted out for spin. Actually, just put it away. We're gonna use up the crude stone axes first, and then probably switch to hatchets. And sooner or later, we're probably gonna just go fully hatchet, get rid of the meat cleavers and all of that. I did find out that flax toe is for twisting twine. So from the flax toe with a wooden rod, you can twist twine. So we can, with the flax, we can make a stupid amount of thread and twine apparently. So yeah, for all our tailoring needs, if we have any. Also, fantastic that the one day we want to go out fighting is going to be a foggy day, but I'm not gonna chicken out on this. We're gonna kill some zombies here. Starting off probably at the back. At the wall, just to see if the helicopter dragged anything in. I haven't heard anyone banging on the walls, so that's a good sign. Zombie there. Oh, yeah, I get it. Sorry, didn't mean to ignore you there. It was a good wake-up call, having one of those runners come at you. This part of town looks clear. I think our pushing down south here a little bit probably helped. Yeah, those guys were inside that distillery last time around already. They didn't even come out for the helicopter. They're like, no, we're good. They got all the boost in the world in there. Why would they come for the heli? Part of me really wants to see what happened to all the zombies. Like, I swear we saw several, like a fairly decent amount of zombies inside when we came here the first time. They're not coming out. Somehow not able to fall through the open window. Yeah, this is not at all terrifying. Yeah, why are they not falling out? That is so weird. Those guys are falling out. Anyone running? Not so far. I like to fight pretty zoomed in, but I feel like I need to be a little bit more zoomed out just to have more visibility of any new one coming outside the building. That's definitely a runner. But yeah, there's something broken here with the distillery where they don't fall through the walls. Windows Roma? I don't trust that. Now, this would be an interesting opportunity to train guns, right? You just shoot them through the window and they can't fall through, but I don't trust this at all. It's kind of terrifying. And I think they're gonna get through that door here in a second, and there's at least one runner at the door. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, I was far enough away, so they stopped trying to get through the window, started redistributing, reshuffling a little bit, and then they found the door. Let's see if we can make them do that again. Simply by just walking away a little bit further. Maybe they de-aggro, mingle around a little bit more. One of them made it outside. When I get close, you actually start falling.
Hey! Oh, that's the weirdest position I've ever killed one in, with the stuck animation bug. It's like, oh, my back. Okay. Actually, you get the other crude X out. You don't even have huge desire to loot the place inside. It was really about getting rid of the zombies that are in here that could potentially, you know, break out of the building, get to my base. Here we find is for the wrecked car. Hey, the tires are actually in decent condition. That's some decent parts here. Have to come back to some tools. It's full. I mean, technically this building
Hasn't been spawned in yet. Well, now it has. Also looking back here, fairly quiet. No play on along the river here. Just hold all around here. I guess these count as one building, so might have been already not really all good. Light power again. Need to be more consistent about actually turning off the flashlight at nights, I think. Yep. Interesting magazines. Yeah, and a whole lot of booze. So I might come back here at some point and just, you know, get all the drinks. So I have a plan. I have a city plan. Come on in. People have so many diamonds. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, you know, I can't be bothered though to control the corpse. This guy's freaking me out. Do I really want to clear out this place here? Yeah, there's at least 3 zombies banging on doors upstairs here. It was just 2. Ah, things I do for peanut butter. A bunch of PCs here if we want to do some more electrical work. The staircase.
I'm assuming it's gonna be bathrooms. Some wrong. It's the office with its own bathroom. That's where the boss sits. Anybody got a key for this place? Yeah, but you know what? Seeing the parts from that car, it is those are compatible with my car parts, right? Yeah, we have the CUDA. And we could certainly use a little bit of an upgrade, and at least for 2 of our tires. Jesus. I didn't realize how bad. I've been driving this for the better part of the game so far. It's in terrible condition. And I was talking shit about the car here that we saw in the other place. Yeah, I definitely need to get out here. There's still the trailer of the metal stuff. Get out here and grab some spare parts. Probably come in with a trailer and just load up all the spare parts. Out here, we might have a bunch of new zombies that got pulled in from further south. The helicopter we just had was a 4-hour helicopter, right?
Hey!
It was running. There's a runner here. Slow walk, run. I think that might have been the one I saw coming from behind the building. I'm gonna do a quick drive through this neighborhood and then back down to that south road. See if we can push a little bit east. Just, you know, doing the neighborhood watch, trying to see if anyone is here on their way to our wall. This looks calm. Looks quiet. It doesn't look quiet anymore. Slow pokes.
Let's equip one of those hatchets. Yeah, we're fighting with those. That was not a good first encounter. 4 hit, 3 hit. Not what you like to see. Where did you? How did you disappear like that? Okay, we're warming up. That's 4 hitting, then 3 hitting, now 2 hitting. So from now on, everything should be a 1 hit. It's getting worse again. Guys banging on the wall here from the street side. We need a couple more, yeah, couple more levels on X. Get a few more 1 hits in. Because I think that's kind of where the hatchet shines, right? At the moment, I don't think it's much stronger than the meat cleaver in terms of how quickly we're killing. And the meat cleaver is much more forgiving on the endurance. Don't. Why did you have to go and make things so complicated? The Mini. You saw some good condition car in the driveway there, and I'm like, oh, what's this? A bit of a treacherous area, because I think this is a wall coming in here. His favorite fighting angle? Not. We have a one-shot. And I think this building here is the university library.
I think we conclude the day here before it's getting too late with a little exploration drive through the neighborhood here, and then up here, maybe even here. I like to know what's around me. So a little drive-by, little scouting trip. Looking for nice cars. We're looking for huge zombie hordes. We can. Chickens, right? I don't think they give me I don't think they give me large lever or medium lever or any lever for that matter. Nothing super interesting in this neighborhood. Yeah. Okay. 2 or 3 zombies here. I think I want to drive in there. I also don't want to drive past there, so little 3-point turn. Hey, yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Busy here. Just avoid this zombie horde by driving around its backside. It's actually all super close to home here. Let's make a few fools. There's a runner coming at me. I did not expect so many zombies on that road. We've driven there before, I think. We did a little scouting trip when we were raiding the school. Don't stop coming and just keep coming. Were you a survivor group? Are you a survivor zombie? And this is our first non-duffel bag backpack. Outside, of course, of the military bag we're wearing, but, you know. I like having a second bag that's not a duffel. There was another runner in that group somewhere. I'm concerned about something from behind. They're getting freaked out by the zombies at the wall. Should head back. I paid for that. I think we leave that down there, kill this guy, head home. Yeah, actually, so I was always kind of under the assumption, yeah, I'm using this car, so past me probably thought this is a good car to be using. And now that I checked the condition the first time in a long time, I'm like, oh, I've been driving in this? More than I thought. So what might be on my agenda... Did we lose the trap? It looks like we lost the second trap there. Damn. What might be on the agenda here is that I have to do some mechanics work. You know, so that we can actually, without damaging any parts, do some mechanic swaps. We're fairly high, right? We're really close to level 4. So yeah, I can probably knock that out in a day. And then head down to the distillery and pilfer all the useful parts from that Barracuda that's there. And then we'll see what we can fix up on this little puppy. But all of that is gonna happen in a future episode. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.